What's going on? Oh, I just realized the commentary was on in the background during the beginning of the stream. Fortunately, the music was on to drown it out. Shout out to everybody in here. Another Toronto Hoop Talk live stream. Today we got Celtics, Raptors. Celtics against the baby Raptors. The starting five is not playing, but we get a good look at this bench unit that we've all been waiting to watch. So I don't know how long this live stream is going to be. If we get really into the thick of things with the back end of the roster, I don't know how much I'm going to be hanging out here on a Friday night. But until then, I am here. We will watch the basketball. I'm joining the game. About 3 minutes into it, it's 5-4 Celtics on my screen. As usual, SofaScore is far ahead of me. And yeah, we got a lineup, and I'm assuming that this is going to be the preferred 5 off the bench, considering that they're starting today. But you got Mamu and CMB in the front court, Ochai and Grady on the wings, and Jamal Shed as the point guard for this unit. So Jacoby is not in this first 5 off the bench. And this lines up with the lineup at the open practice in Calgary. For those of you who didn't see the tweets about who was playing, shout out to Chris Boucher. Yes, he scored on the Celtics, but we're still celebrating the last champion on the Raptors and his return to Toronto. But yeah, Jacoby was not in the... I think he was on the third team in the open practice. Now, this to me helps give some context. Actually, no, because I talked about it when we had the media day stream. Jacoby being like our 11th player, our 11th man, is a big part of the reason we want to have 11 people in the rotation, I imagine, as Ochai hits the and one good finish at the basket. Because Jacoby needs minutes. Like, you draft a guy in the first round, he shows some ability. He has a rookie year, which has him having a game winner, shows some potential. The guy deserves minutes. Fact is, you forget deserve. He needs minutes. You can't develop a guy like that on the bench. Shout out to Deion Sanders, switching sports a little bit, but Deion Sanders had a great quote on the New Heights podcast that I've never sat on the bench and thought to myself, ooh, I learned a lot today. That applies to Jacoby Walter. We cannot have him sitting on the bench. We need him playing and developing. So, again, some important context. Raptors get the ball up the court. Grady to the basket and Grady to the free throw line. Going to commercial. So yeah, people. Looking at the lineups today, we got these 5 as the starters: Shed, Grady, Ochai, Sandro, and CMB. Obviously, Quickly's not playing, so we expect to see Lawson. We have to see Jacoby. I'm hoping we see... we're definitely going to see some Chucky Hepburn and Elijah Martin. We don't need to see Garrett Temple. We don't need to see RJ Barrett. Olivier Sarr, I'm not too excited to see him. Mogbo. Oh, yeah. Mogbo's going to be on the third unit today. Interesting, because he was starting, and we talked about this as well. Him starting in that matchup, probably a good indicator of the fact that they really value and prioritize Mamu as the 5 in this bench lineup, because he played for Pirtle, and I think that was more about not taking Mamu away from the bench. David Roddy, I don't know. Oh, is Ulrich Chamche healthy? Let me look up Ulrich Chamche on Twitter and see what it says. Ooh, I actually have a Twitter tab open. Let's go. Hilarious recent searches. What was I gonna type? Oh yeah, Chamche. Latest. Be injured at the worst possible times. He actually gets to play Raptor starters. Oh, Barnes, Barrett, Chamche, Ingram, Pirtle, Quickly. So this is the starting 5 plus Chamche. So Garrett Temple is active, but we don't need to see him play. Poor Chamche, man. Poor Chomche. Also, do I have 4 guesses left? Ooh, I was cooking on this grid. Oh, UNC. Never mind. Actually, you know what? We can chip away at this. Yeah, home opener. October, not home opener. Opening game of the year, Raptors Hawks. We will be there, people. We will be there. Bulls Jazz. That's a Jordan Bell, people. That's a Jordan Bell if I've ever seen it. No, it's not. Damn. I done messed up, people. I done messed up. Apologize if you guys just heard a noise. I was adjusting the microphone. Jazz and Magic. I believe RJ Hampton. No, okay. This grid went to shit pretty quickly. Okay, let's see how bad of an answer Kobe White is. 30%? Okay, Magic, UNC. Yeah, I don't know about that. Geez, 14-10 SofaScore. Why you gotta spoil it for me? Celtics about to go on a run, I guess. Oh, and they got the offensive rebound off the miss. Oh, Grady shot hunting misses. Pritchard. Okay, you know what? That makes sense. Pritchard is definitely above this game that's happening right now. Pritchard is an established player that gets buckets. Tough matchup for Shed. Tough matchup. Damn, my stream just froze. What the hell? No way. Come on. Okay. I'm going to be a bit delayed, but 14-10. Shed crosses over number 8, whoever that is. Oh, no, that's number 88. Jeez, I'm like a minute behind. But Chucky Hepburn checks into the game for Jamal Shed. So good for Chucky. Xavier Tillman in for Chris Boucher. Jeez, rough time for the internet to be acting up. My stream is going down. We can box score watch with SofaScore though. Let's refresh this and get some stats. Wait, no way. They don't have stats in the preseason box for preseason games. SofaScore, come on. Anyways, I'm pretty behind. 17-12 on my screen, but that does mean I'm about to see like 2 Raptors threes or maybe just 3 buckets. Oh, it just cut ahead to 17-14. Okay, I have to check out box score on another website. That's whack. Oh, nice job, Hepburn, getting it up to Grady. Grady's been leaking out a couple times now. I've seen him get out in transition ahead of everybody else. And that's a commentary that you definitely have to use his first name for. Pritchard. Damn. Pritchard, man. Too good for this game. Once we rested our starters, he should have had to rest too. Jameson Battle about to check into this game. Ooh, CMB, pump fake, blow by, easy bucket. Timeout Boston. But that's a couple times this year he's hit us with that. CMB getting easy buckets. Hey, what's going on, Jess? Good to see you in the chat. Yo, I saw that Case and Wallace shot. That Case and Wallace shot was crazy. Like, growing up, I've practiced that shot before, but not moving. The fact that he was moving is crazy. Anybody that's played ball has definitely stood like behind the backboard and tried to get a good arc on the shot to put it over the backboard and in. The fact that he was in midair, moving, man, crazy shot. One of the craziest circus shots I've seen ever. Kind of couldn't believe that one. Yo, you know what's funny? So, Jez, I know a friend who was telling me that he got you know that meme of the guy and there's like 100 guys pointing a knife at him. What opinion has you like this? This guy. This guy, right? I know a guy who found himself in this situation because he said he'll take Case and Wallace over Darius Garland. I think it's an interesting conversation. I think stuff like that is literally like it's a basketball philosophy question because Darius Garland is obviously better than Case and Wallace at two things, right? That's shooting the basketball / scoring, which I would put in the same box. And then the other thing is like passing the ball, right? But the thing is his lack of everything else makes it so that he doesn't really impact winning in a role player sense. And he's not really a good enough main player to impact, like to really win a championship. So his point is, what are you getting? With Case and Wallace, at least you have a role player that can contribute to a championship team. I think these conversations are interesting conversations because truthfully, right, you put Darius Garland will be food in our system. Facts, you put Darius Garland in OKC and you see a liability and maybe that impacts them. Good to see you, Digger Ocean. It's been a few months. We're back. So I'm going to be doing this upcoming week, the games on Wednesday and Friday. I can't do the Sunday game, but I'll be back Wednesday and Friday. I did the game in Vancouver. I was supposed to do the Kings game. I just got home from work and I was just too tired to do a 10 p.m. stream. It is what it is. But we're back and I'm excited about this year. Digger Ocean, I'd love to hear your outlook on the season because I feel like the two preseason games have Raptors fans a little bit optimistic. And I don't think that that's entirely misguided. I think Brandon Ingram looks good. I have a couple points about Scotty Barnes and Emmanuel quickly, though, and I'd love to. But before I tell you about them, Digger Ocean, I'd love to just hear your general thoughts. Dude, my stream of this game is in the trenches, jumping all over the place. Okay, so I'm at 20-18, just like SofaScore, but I'm like 40 seconds. Like I'm at 352, and this is at 312. Yikes. So what I'm seeing Boston. I think that's Anthony Simons inbounding the ball and an off-ball foul on Neemias Queta, fouling Jacoby Walter. So good job about by Walter to put himself in a position where Queta had to foul him, a much bigger player, just to get the ball. Dude, why is my stream lagging? It's like, at least my stream to YouTube isn't lagging too much, but my stream of the game itself is in shambles. Question if Scotty can alter his game, but that's been true for years. Good skills, wrong mindset. So I think the thing is on this team, his role is gonna look a lot more like Scotty year 1 and year 2. Before we were trying to make him an all-star, and he was basically just playing off of Siakam uh, and Van Vliet. The point with Van Vliet being a ball dominant player, right? So he wasn't particularly on the ball. I think it's a phenomenal role for Scotty Barnes, by the way. I think he's gonna be able to impact basketball games to a high level in that kind of a role. My thing is that's not a max contract kind of role. And I feel the same way about Emmanuel Quickly. I think if you look at how they've played, RJ, Scotty, and Ingram all seem like they get more of the ball than Emmanuel Quickly. And I think Emmanuel Quickly in an off-ball catch and shoot role, attack closeouts kind of a role, I think he would do really, really well. But that's not a $32 million a year kind of a role. That's the issue. So yeah, I think with those two contracts, we're kind of in a tough spot because we're not going to have them producing at a high enough rate for another team to be interested in those contracts for another couple years, I think. Which could be fine if you do well as a team, but if we find ourselves struggling, having two big contracts that are stuck like that, I think is pretty tough. I think the season still revolves around Pirtle's health. I agree because our backup, I think, has very few qualities in common. I'm just gonna adjust my light. I'm still here, but I think he has very little in common with Pirtle. And if Pirtle goes down, you're talking about a completely different skill set stepping on the floor. In the first game, with Pirtle not playing, they played Jonathan Mogbo at center. So it's like, I guess they showed you who the third option is, and that wasn't a good option either. So, oh yeah, I just missed Elijah Martin went to the free throw line. Good for him. Although I don't think he made his free throws, but good for him nonetheless. It's interesting. This feels like a summer league watch along, except Peyton Pritchard is on the court. Pritchard. Finally, Pritchard misses a three. On this looks like the third team here. The third team, Mogbo at center. Battle at the 4. So an extremely small front court with Jonathan Mogbo and Jamison Battle. Then you got Jacoby. I would say Jacoby at the 3, which again is very small. And then a 2-point guard backcourt with Hepburn and Elijah Martin. Yes, sir. What's going on, DC? It has been a minute. We're back. We have the Blue Jays jersey on and everything. Good to see you guys in here. I can't lie. I don't know how to rank the e-seating for. What do you think? Okay, next commercial, I'll get to it. But you're right. It's a mess. It's a mess. Jacoby loses his handle, passes it to Battle, pump fake. Oh, good play by Battle to give Mogbo, and he gave Mogbo an advantageous opportunity. J-Mo just didn't do anything with it. Floater by Shireman, and it's 27-19. Timeout Toronto. Okay. Injuries in the Eastern Conference going into the season, just for the sake of thoroughness. Just for the sake of thoroughness. Okay, Boston, obviously Tatum, big one. Who else? Cleveland, right? You got Garland. Now, these aren't serious injuries, I don't think. Garland and Strus. Just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. Obviously, we know Kite. That's okay. Detroit, nothing serious. That's not Indy. Hold on. McConnell is expected to miss at least 1 month of action. Okay, he'll miss the first couple of weeks. That's not that serious. Miami Heat. Tyler Hero said he's expected back in 8 to 12 weeks. Estimated return date October 17th. Oh, sorry, November 17th. That's not that bad. The Heat fans were crying like he was out for the year. He's out for a month. DeJounte, okay, no, that's not Orlando Magic. They'll be back for before the season. Who is this? This is Philly. Philly's major injury is Jared McCain, but that's only a couple weeks. I'm just before I answer your question, I'm just going through these injuries to make sure I know I don't forget anybody. Because there's only a minute left in this quarter, so I'll be able to do it pretty soon. Bilal Coulibaly out until November 1st. Okay. Pritchard. I gotta eat my humble pie on CMB. Really starting to like the kid. I hear what you're saying. I agree. Again, I realized when young Kobe was asking me about my thoughts on CMB, I realized maybe I didn't do a good job of expressing how I felt, and I went back and watched the stream, and I definitely would say that's the case. I tried to say it, but I don't think I focused on the point enough, right? My point with CMB wasn't that he was like a bad player or like he's just not good at the sport of basketball. My point is I don't think the skill set that he adds to our team is something where we're really in need of. So my frustration was more about the fact that I viewed the draft pick as an undefined value that had the potential to become value that we needed. And I felt like we got value that we didn't need that much. That was my main frustration. Don't think I articulated it that well. So the thing is like, in terms of that changing, it doesn't really change until the season starts. And if I feel like we have a well-rounded team somehow, some way, then it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe the needs that I thought that they should fill, they didn't have them. So they took CMB and that's fine. But if I end up watching the games this year and I see that like we have shooting issues and we have ball handling issues, blah, blah, blah. If that happens and I'm seeing CMB playing well, I'm still going to be like, that's good that we got a good player, but man, we had a chance to address weaknesses and we didn't do it. I was kind of drunk and really wanting my watch to be complete. No, I remember that because I think you took a smoke break after the pick, if I remember it correctly. Scotty should be number 4 behind BIRJ. I agree, by the way, because I think it literally, these things should come down point blank to offensive talent. And Scotty Barnes has a lot of physical things going for him, but in terms of straight talent, this order makes sense. Okay, commercial break. So, NBA East standings predictions. We got ESPN projections? We got some projections. All right, where can I separate this by conference? What the hell? This is whack. What the hell? Who wants to see league-wide shit? Predicting for every win-loss. Playoff probabilities report. Is this recent? Oh, this is old. Budget Jalen McDoordash, I think. That's why I kind of need to own up. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's hilarious, man. That is fun slander. Yo, does nobody have a straight up Eastern Conference prediction? Okay, this is from 2 months ago. All right. Cleveland Cavaliers, number 1. I could see them being a damn good regular season team. So that makes sense for them to be at the top of the East. New York, 56 wins. Now, I think they just had a pretty long season. But I do think they got better. They added some good depth. So the Knicks being at the top of the conference makes sense. Atlanta Hawks. Now, this here, I think we're relying on a leap of faith, in my opinion. I think this is very much a projection of what Kristaps could be for them and what Kristaps And my issue is I don't feel comfortable like assuming Kristaps' health at all. That's not something I'm comfortable with. So Atlanta's just like, I'm gonna have to see it. Who else did they add? I think they added Nickeil Alexander-Walker. If there's anybody I'm forgetting, by the way, let me know. But I think their main additions are Kristaps and Nickeil Alexander-Walker as Elijah Martin turns it over. So I don't think those two players. I don't know. Again, the East isn't good. So Atlanta, sure, it could be. But I would say there's a pretty big teardrop at this point. Like TIER. Cleveland and New York. Yeah, KP and Nikhil. Okay. Cleveland and New York should be the top of the East, right? Cool. Atlanta. Let's see what's going on. Orlando. I think Orlando's big issue last year was health. They had a lot of injuries. I like Orlando's young team. They added Desmond Bane. You know what? I might put Orlando above Atlanta. I do like Desmond Bane as a player. I think the price they paid was ridiculous. But I think I would put Orlando actually at number 3 if I were to do this. Detroit at number 5. So we got. I feel like Detroit is gonna disappoint in the regular season. Who did they add? Healthy Ivy. Actually, you know what? I look at Detroit probably in the same tier as Atlanta. Like, I actually think Detroit, Atlanta, and Orlando should be in the same tier. I would say Orlando is my preference of those 3 teams, but I think it'd be fair to put them together. Now you have the kind of the incomplete teams, right? Milwaukee, the reason I would say they're incomplete is because, one, they're just like a little bit shit around Giannis. But 2, there's this like cloud hovering over them about Giannis's future. So I think that's kind of a bit of a distraction and just like something that's not great for what they have going on, right? So that is a factor and a consideration. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have them, especially think about it. The regular season is a marathon. It's about being healthy over the course of the year. It's about managing minutes, all these kind of things. I think a team as weak as Milwaukee in terms of depth, I don't know if they can hang in the regular season against teams like Atlanta, Orlando, and what was the other team? Detroit, who I think have more options. And I'm saying this again, I'm talking regular season. Come playoffs, maybe I'll feel differently. Boston, bro. Okay, Boston's team is low-key a mess. If you factor in that Tatum is not going to be playing, Celtics, Spotrack. And yeah, I'm just seeing your comment. They might trade Giannis. That's a great point. That's a great point. That's also another thing you have to consider. So I don't see Milwaukee being high up on the list. Big 3 by Jameson Battle. Let's go. Because Tatum's not playing, right? Jaylen Brown, guard. Derek White, guard. Anthony Simons, guard. Sam Hauser, like shooting wing. Peyton Pritchard, guard. Hugo Gonzalez, 19 years old. Baylor Shireman, guard. Right? The size of their roster is all a bunch of guys that make like no money. You're talking about Chris Boucher, Neemias Queta, Luke Garza, Xavier Tillman. Bro, the front court on this team is fucking garbage. Like, I kind of think there's a chance Boston is just not like bad. Forget average, like bad. Now, I think that's probably me being carried away because if you think about their playing style, they like jacking up threes anyway. Like, they kind of throw a lot of conventional basketball wisdom out the window and just chuck threes. They have honestly maybe a better personnel to do that because they have so many guards. Like Anthony Simons asking him to come and just shoot a bunch of threes, that kind of makes sense. So they might just shoot themselves into wins. But if you talk about a team being actually good, bro, Boston's going to have frailties for sure. Indiana Pacers, okay. You know what I would say about Indy? I actually think they're going to do decent in the regular season. I think this is a little bit harsh because the thing about the Pacers is they're a pretty stacked roster in terms of young players with upside. So when Halliburton's out, again, that's going to make it so that they're not playoff contenders at all, probably losing in the first round, right? But again, when it comes to the regular season where health is important, depth is important, minute management is important, They have a lot of guys they can give minutes to that I think will actually get better because of the minutes. I expect Benedict Mathurin to have the minutes be good for him. He's going to grow. He's going to get better. A Ben Shepherd. There's other guys on the bench. Actually, no. Why am I doing this? I can actually look at the team itself. Indiana. Okay, yeah. So Nemhard, I think, does well with the minutes, right? Neesmith, I probably feel the same way about. Mathurin for sure. Jarris Walker, another lottery pick, right? Somebody who could get better. Ben Shepherd, definitely one of those players. Johnny Furphy, bro, that guy might be a demon, and we might figure it out next year. They have a guy named Ray J. Oh, bro, Pacers, definitely high up there from an aura standpoint. So, like, for example, I'm putting the Pacers above Boston and Milwaukee, right? Now, I think maybe I'm doing too much to say that they're in the same tier with Atlanta, Orlando, and Detroit. That's doing too much. Let's say they're number 6, right? Cool. You then have the Raptors. I think the Raptors could be in the mix in this area. As of right now, I think I might feel comfortable putting the Raptors with Milwaukee and Boston, so not quite in that tier above them. But honestly, like, that's just me playing it safe. The Raptors, honestly, like, there's a chance they could be better. Like, there's a chance they could be a 5 seed, I think. That's possible. I think play-in is the safer pick, but 5 seed is possible. Good rebound by Mamu. Miami Heat, I don't know. I don't love Miami's team, but Spoelstra is gonna do Spoelstra things. Mamu to the basket, misses. Oh, Philly, I expect guys to get injured. Chicago, I don't expect to be good. Washington, Charlotte, Brooklyn, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. So that's how I feel about the East. Yo, who did the Thunder play in the preseason? Did they play the Nuggets? Because I'll say, after watching Raptors Nuggets, I don't know, man. I know last year Jokic barely had any help and he still took OKC to 7, but I watched that team and I'm like, I don't know if he still if they got him good help. Like, Bruce Brown is a good name, but bro, years have passed. Hornets twice? Oh, okay. Bro, that's such an unserious team to play in preseason. You got literally the most serious team playing the most unserious team. And by serious, I mean like they take basketball seriously, right? You won't play defense that well without taking basketball seriously. Similarly, you cannot possibly play defense as bad as the Hornets do if you even took basketball a little bit seriously. Simons, shake, step back 3, misses. See, Simons is going to be doing that all season. What a pass from Shed and the dunk from Elijah Martin. Our point guard with bunnies. He got up there so effortlessly. A team catching championships against the team catching charges. This is actually facts. This is actually facts. I kind of wish a Celtic jumped there because I think people are going to learn that Elijah Martin has bunnies through experience. I think someone's getting dunked on this year. To be honest, though, I think he's probably not going to play. But when he eventually plays, I think someone's getting dunked on. Oh, I thought that glitched, so I removed it. Oh, no. You're good. Simons from 3 misses. See, bro, Anthony, he's going to be chucking. I can already see that they gave him a super green light. He's going to be chucking all year. Oh, great defense from the Raptors. J-Mo and Ochai making big plays. Steal. Raptors go the other way. Shed. Oh, misses. Offensive rebound. Misses. Another offensive rebound. Elijah Martin to Jacoby. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Jacoby doesn't really know what to do. Elijah Martin in the corner knocks it down. After making a dunk, Elijah Martin hits a corner three. They could have an all-county team, bro. Their team would do numbers in the jail runs. Oh, bad foul by Shed. Bad foul by Shed, man. Anthony Simons has been missing threes. All game, bro. Don't foul him and give him 3 free throws for free. No need for that. But I keep forgetting they traded for Simons. Bro, they made some of the weirdest trades. Again, their team is really weird. If you weren't here when I looked them up on the screen, bro, look up the Boston Celtics team. It does not make sense. Like, Chris Boucher is legit going to play like 25 minutes a night. He's going to go from not playing on the Raptors to having a major role on the Celtics. That's why I put him on the thumbnail, by the way, because like he's legitimately an important player for Boston. Do they have their own pick this year coming up? That's a good thing to look into. See if he's viable at all for minutes by the All-Star break. Me too, man. I was when I saw they weren't playing the starters, I was really disappointed to see that he wasn't active today. I forget what happened to him, but it's really a shame that he's missed this much time. I mean, I say that as if it's only it's only 3 preseason games. I'm saying it as if it's 3 months, but still. They finna get Chris Boucher on the All-Star ballot. Bro, they're gonna get Chris Boucher on a NBA doesn't have most improved player. In NFL, there's a most improved player award. If NBA had one, Chris Boucher would get it. Boston Celtics future draft picks. Oh yeah, we can do fanspo and shit. Yeah, they have their own first round pick. Outgoing draft picks. They don't have their second. Oh, most improved player. Wait, what did I say? No, okay. They have a most improved player. NFL has comeback player of the year. So, yeah, I mean, most improved player, imagine Chris Boucher, man. Although I think they like giving that award to younger players. But yeah, this Tank Bull in the East is going to be mad. You know what it is too, again, like, this is sports. You have to think about injuries, right? If, let's say, what's a good example? Oh, if Orlando sustains an injury, they still have enough players to where they can still reasonably pursue winning, right? If Indiana suffers another injury, right? There's still enough options for them to still try to win. If Boston loses Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, it's curtains. It's curtains. They may as well just tank immediately. My crash show. Okay, but you know what though? In the NFL, they had to define the award because they tried to give it to. Because bro, here's the thing: what are you coming back from? Is it injury? Is it struggle? Like DeMar Hamlin died on the field, and they didn't give him comeback player of the year. Like that? How? His heart stopped on the field, and he came back. That has to be definition of the award. But they wanted to be like sporting stuff you come back from. So they give it to Joe Flacco, who just came back from being ass. But he was out of the league because he was ass. And then they brought him back in the league, and that's what he came back from. He came back from being ass. Which is crazy, man. Yeah, justice for DeMar Hamlin, man. But we're back with 7 minutes to go in the second. I'll be curious to see their approach for the second half because, again, the starting 5 aren't playing. There's only 15 guys active. It looks like they're playing 10 players. So those five guys, I imagine they'll get the fourth quarter. And I'm just gonna let you guys know, heads up, I'm not watching that shit, man. I'm not watching. Let me see if I can find it. Raptors, Celtics box score. Aha, I found it. Okay, I'll take the comment off the screen. So the guys that have not played yet, that are likely gonna play: Garrett Temple, Olivier Sarr, Roddy Roden, and Lawson. Because injured. I mean, sorry, they're not playing. Okay, so Lawson, Roden, Roddy, Sarr, and Temple. No, thank you. We're not watching that lineup. When that lineup touches the court in the fourth quarter, we're checking out of this game. I'm sorry, man. Like, this game has to respect my Friday night. On my screen is 38-32. Hold on. Actually, I closed that too early. Let me see who Boston has decided to not play. Shit. Okay, they're not playing a lot. Jaylen Brown. Who the hell is K Brown? I don't think that's the guy. Hauser, Brown, Derek White. Hold on. That's it. That's it. So this Celtics team that we're watching today is missing three guys: Brown, Hauser, and Derek White. The thing is, we might be missing more from the standpoint of, like, we're playing a weaker team than Boston is playing, and it's a competitive game. I wanted to play football. Then you see the size of some of those NFL guys, and you're glad you chose differently. Yeah, that's bro. There's so many players, like basketball players, that talk about their, like, they tried to play football for like one practice, and they were like, why the hell would I want to do this to myself? I think SGA talked about it in the Nardwar interview. I think. What, you don't want to see Boucher dunk on Temple? The thing is, bro, I would love to watch Boucher dunk on Temple, but he won't even be playing during those times. Like, Boucher is way too important to Boston to be playing against the Raptors, like, fourth stringers. Way too important. Good bucket by Ochai. Try playing hurling then. Oh, I saw hurling in Ireland. When the NFL went to Ireland, they had some of the football players try hurling. Is hurling a contact sport? Is that what you're insinuating here? Or are you insinuating that hurling is not a contact sport, so DC can go play that? Shed, contested three, but he knocks it down. Big shot by Shed. Let's go. Pritchard to Hugo Gonzalez. A miss. Raptors go the other way. For the first time, my stream is ahead of SofaScore. What the hell? What is this? What happened here? Shed steps into a three again. But he misses this time. Good job by Grady chasing a rebound. It has contact with ball carriers or players near loose balls. So they carry around those big ass, like, bat stick things and hit each other. So that has like lacrosse vibes then. That's like lacrosse, but not with nets. Hold on. We're going to look some pictures up at the next commercial break. Pritchard misses a three, gets his own rebound, throws up a lob to Garza, and sloppy defense there by Ochai. A cheap foul, the kind of foul where it's like, if you're going to foul a guy in that situation, get your money's worth, foul him to a point where he can't shoot. That sounds like drunken lacrosse to me. Hurling. Jeez. Hold on. This picture, even just this picture is wild. Look at the helmet and the face mask and then this stick. This shit is a weapon. Like, this is like a halfway point between a field hockey stick and a cricket bat. And they're just out here slapping shit around. No pads, just this helmet. Like, yo, imagine swinging this for the ball, missing and hitting a dude. That definitely happens. These face masks are wild. Because also, like, you can tell that face mask is there to stop the ball and the bat. But, like, somebody could rake your eyes pretty easily. Okay, let me open this on my phone. Boucher in the corner knocks it down. Chris Boucher making threes at the bank, bro. Jeez, these guys hit the hell out of each other. Okay, how much does the most? I have a different question. Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna look it up on the screen in a second. Where did I end up? Okay, cool. Yeah, miss me with that. You're gonna have to pay me FU money to do that. Absolutely. This is actually what I was gonna look up. How much money does the highest paid hurler make? The highest paid hurler does not make a salary from playing this sport, as hurling is an amateur sport and players are not paid for their performance. Gaelic games, including hurling, are entirely amateur and the point of pride. Oh my goodness, brother. They are doing that shit for free. I think SofaScore is just broken. Anyways, it's 52 to 42. Geez. Digger Ocean, how do you know about hurling? Are you Irish yourself, or did you? Because I actually did not know of hurling's existence until the NFL had Justin Jefferson try to hurl. Now someone's supplying them with drugs. No, to be honest, this makes sense. This makes sense. They're all Scatterbow's cousins. Bro, every story about Cam Scatterbow gets wilder and wilder, right? Like, you see the videos of him just headbutting a brick wall and just headbutting, like, other people's helmets. And then his mom told a story last night that he used to take his older brother's football pads and then run into a light post. Just run into the light post. Like, I'm so glad Cam Scatterbow is good at a sport so that he can use whatever this is, like, actually, like, use it properly in society. Can you imagine if Cam Scatterbow wasn't good at anything and this dude was just working at your local grocery store? Nah, man, menace. Nah, it came up on NBA front office today. Okay. Yeah, hurling, crazy sport, man, crazy sport. Okay, there's also that thing, and I've seen this video of this place in Europe where they roll a wheel of cheese down a hill, and people run down the hill to get this wheel of cheese. It's some special cheese, and the prize you get for getting the wheel of cheese is legit just the cheese. You don't win much else. Obviously, you're cool as fuck in the village or that town for a while until the next time they do it. That's another thing where, like, you're running down a hill, so if you mess up, like, people break arms and ankles and everything trying to get that cheese. Most career points off the bench. Oh, I didn't know Boucher had that record. Good for him. Sounds like some Eastern European stuff. Okay, if y'all don't know, I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. Rolling cheese downhill and chasing it. What? Oops, something went wrong? Nah, B. What? Where do they roll cheese down a hill? Yes, sir. Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling and Wake in Brockworth near whatever that is. Gloucester? I want to say Gloucester. No, hold on. Leicester is Leicester, so that's Gloucester? Anyway, event involves participants chasing a wheel of double Gloucester cheese down the steep Cooper's Hill, and the winner taking the cheese as their prize. Tradition is an annual event with roots that are thought to go back centuries, possibly to a pagan festival celebrating the return of spring. Safety. The event is considered one of the world's most dangerous races, and participants are often injured. There's no official organizing body, so people participate at their own risk. I'm chasing something that ain't cheese, bro. Hey man, you gotta chase that cheddar, not the cheese. 14-point lead for Boston. They're in the bonus, but Grady gets to the line. Nah, bro. I've seen people in that event go full ragdoll down the. Yeah, I know. I've seen that too, bro. People like it's a steep hill, so they lose their balance and they just start tumbling, and God knows what they're breaking. I think it's North England. That's it, bro. It sounds like it sounds like a small enough of an area where it's like. I'm sure people don't really like. People wouldn't really know about it outside of that area. I'm assuming, and it's just big on the internet because it's so weird. Got to be a maxed out burger for me to risk that. Now I have to look up this cheese. Double Gloucester cheese. Brother, why does it look like mold? No way you're hurting yourself for this. What? Gloucester is a traditional semi-hard cheese which has been made in Gloucestershire, England since the 16th. There are two varieties of the cheese, single and double. Both are traditionally made from Gloucester cattle. Okay, okay, hold on. Where's double? Double Gloucester is often blended with other ingredients. One variety is made by blending chives and spring onions, marketed as blah 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 blah. Okay. We're gonna need to get some help from ChatGPT here. Is double Gloucester cheese worth risking my life? Part is literal and you have a medical condition, blah blah blah, then no cheese is worth a full stop. That said, if this is a philosophical or comedic question, and it sure sounds like one, is a worthy cheese to be dramatic about? It's rich, nutty, and slightly buttery with a deep orange hue, like cheddar's older, smoother cousin. It melts beautifully on toast or mac and cheese, and it pairs exceptionally with English ales. It's comfortable and confidence. It's comfort and confidence in dairy form. Yo, my ChatGPT has banter, and I'm assuming that I can take credit for that because I talk to ChatGPT with some banter. Figurative sense may be worth questioning your priorities, but yeah, it's not that good. Would you like me to describe how it compares to other cheap way to get your brains rearranged? Apparently, a wheel costs $240. I'm not really. Yo, $240? Yeah, no way. I thought it would cost like a rack or something. Also, yeah, if you're here for basketball and you're wondering why we're talking about double Gloucester cheese, it's because it's preseason and it's a 16-point game. Our bench is obviously being tested. Again, surprisingly, you might be shocked to find out that like Boston is kind of playing some starters. Like Pritchard is probably going to be a starter. Boucher and Nemius are like Boucher and I think who was the other big that started? Like the bigs we're seeing, these are just Boston's bigs. There's no hidden bigs somewhere that are gonna save them out of nowhere. No, these are the bigs. So Boston's playing a stronger team than us, and I would say our bench is struggling. But literally, this might be one of the stronger tests that this bench lineup has for this year. Okay, hold on. Where Cooper's Hill cheese rolling and wake. Familiarize yourself with the Cooper hill, cheese, rolling, and wake. Why would a person do that? A gloriously chaotic British tradition where dozens of people chase a 7-pound wheel of double Gloucester cheese down a near vertical hill in Gloucestershire. Every year, people tumble, collide, dislocate, and occasionally break bones, all in pursuit of cheese that reaches speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. Not kilometers, people. That's like over 100 kilometers an hour. This cheese is speeding, right? If this cheese was on the highway, it would be speeding. Tradition and a bit of madness. Hundreds of years, blah, blah, blah. The object became a round which conveniently rolls like a wheel of fate. And at this point, it's less about the cheese and more about being a part of folkloric dare passed down through generations. There's no prize money, but the cheese itself is like being knighted into a weird, reckless club of legends. People travel from all over the world to just say, I ran down the hill and survived. It's primal, it's stupid, it's magnificent. The spirit of British absurdity. Britain has an entire cultural subgenre dedicated to joyful absurdity. Bog snorkeling, toe wrestling, wife carrying, worm charming, and cheese rolling is the crown jewel. It embodies that peculiar British mix of stoicism and silliness. Yes, I broke my collarbone, but by Jove, I caught the... What the fuck is this? Anyways, did CMB get injured? His minutes are low. I'm going to look into that for you, and then we'll get back to this cheese business. Where bring a sled and a toque to chase the... Actually, you know what? Bringing some type of equipment, obviously you probably get disqualified, but like I might try to see the different ways I could cheat. Like if I wear a winter jacket and then just purposely roll and I have some cushioning, like I wonder if that would make it illegal. CMB. Okay, so it doesn't look like CMB is injured. Everybody is complaining on Twitter. What I would say though, Digger Ocean, before we get back to talking about cheese, I did talk about this in my season preview. We do have a lot of players that need minutes, and the minutes kind of are an issue. Now, I wouldn't say that that's the case in this game because we're not playing starters. But when it comes to managing a regular season rotation, there's a bunch of players you want to get on the court, and there's not enough minutes for all of them, right? So this is the starting bench lineup: Ochai, CMB, Mamu Kalashvili, Dick, and Shed. And then you probably want to find minutes for Jacoby. And then like you probably love to find minutes for a couple other guys, but you actually can't. There's not enough minutes for all of them. So that is a real problem. Now, in this game itself, should CMB have more than 8 minutes? Absolutely. Especially when Elijah Martin has 9. Elijah Martin should not have more minutes than CMB. Now, I'm sure CMB, maybe with the ankle, it's like he's feeling good enough to play, but it's a little bit ginger. Maybe that's the case. But like, you know, there's a lot of guys that they probably want to evaluate and see what they have, in those players. It is a bit of a minutes crunch. Bring a sled and Tuksha. Okay, I swear somebody's girl made the cheese roll up one day when she was mad at it. Yeah, I'm sure that's how it started, man. Somebody just flung the cheese down the hill. Like, man, I'm sick of you and your cheese. And the guy had to run down it. And they're like, yo, you made it down the hill, you're a legend. And tradition was born. Okay. Yo, I gotta find some of these other things. Okay. Bog snorkeling. What is bog? Bog snorkeling is a sporting event where competitors aim to complete 2 consecutive lengths of a 60-yard water-filled trench cut through a peat bog in the shortest time possible, wearing a traditional flippers. They complete the course without swimming, relying on flipper power alone. This is nasty business. Let's look up some images. Dark, smelly, and completely bonkers. So it looks like the Brits just like doing wild shit. They're going through this. That's about okay. The next thing, toe wrestling. I've heard of thumb wrestling, but never toe wrestling. It's a sport where two opponents interlock their big toes while sitting with their feet on a podium and try to force their rival's foot to touch the opposite wall. Wait, this might be kind of lit. Actually, no, that's disgusting. That's a disgusting shot of feet. Hold on. So, my understanding is this is like a war. This is like a war of territory, right? This guy's trying to, it's like an arm, it is literally arm wrestling, but with feet. It's feet wrestling, really. Toe wrestling isn't really the right thing. It's feet wrestling. Okay. Wife carrying. Now this seems pretty self-explanatory. I'm just gonna make sure. Race while carrying each other's partner. While most teams consist of a man carrying a woman, there are generally no rules about gender or marital status. The objective is for the runner to carry their teammate through a special obstacle track the fastest time. The sport was first introduced in 1992. So obviously there's a clear advantage here of having a smaller partner. So I wonder if that's like do they have like, because you know how for races they have distances, and for boxing and stuff they have weight classes. I wonder for this, do they have weight classes for the competition, or if not, do they have like like if your partner weighs 120 pounds, right? You do this distance. If your partner weighs 160 pounds, we got a shorter course for you, buddy. If your partner is up around 200 pounds, here's this 20-foot course for you. Like, I wonder how this works. You need to look up weird, outlandish Canadian sports. We'll get to that next, man. We'll get to that next. Worm charming is the last one we're looking at. Worm charming. Of luring earthworms to the surface of the soil, typically by creating vibrations that mimic the sensations of rain. What? What? Oh, you can do whatever you possibly can to the ground to make it vibrate to bring the worms up. So this dude is playing a trumpet, right, into the soil. Hold on. This dude is taking a rake to the soil. Fair enough. This dude's playing a saxophone. He's trying to jazz up the worms. Like, fair enough. That's strange. Okay, so I'm gonna actually use your exact wording. You said weird, outlandish Canadian sports. Lumberjack sports. Okay, I've seen the lumberjack sports. Head first and the horse apple hockey. All right, skeleton, a head first fast-paced sport where athletes run downhill before launching themselves into a sled. Whoa. That's what 5-pin bowling. This is a version of bowling uses a smaller ball as a unique scoring system. Okay, I'm familiar with 5-pin. Horse apple hockey, a hockey-like game played with a frozen apple, often associated with the sport's more bizarre aspects. Okay, that seems like just like a practical way of playing if you don't have a puck. Lumberjack sports, a collection of skill-based, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I've seen those on TV. It's actually kind of interesting. Pumpkin kayaking, an event where participants paddle in a giant hollowed-out pumpkin, with the sport gaining internet. Pumpkin kayaking. How big can these pumpkins get? That's a big-ass pumpkin. Ooh, so this is like... This is kind of like F1, where the design of the pumpkin and the like, so it's not aerodynamic, the hydrodynamics of the pumpkin are going to be a serious game changer. Also, I'm assuming the roundness of the pumpkin is important too, because if it's like a oblong, what's the right term that I'm looking for? If it's not like a perfect circle, it might be difficult to really get moving there. This is wild, man. I wonder if they heckle at these kind of sports. You ever watched power stopping before? I've just seen clips here and there. Yo, lacrosse comes up in this search. That's crazy. Wow, a national sport. Wheelchair rugby. Bro, how? Oh, damn. The chairs actually get messed up. Damn, dog. Unique traditions. The Queen's Plate, Canada's longest horse race, involves draping the winning horse and jockey in a blanket of roses. That's kind of fire. Okay, not as weird as the UK ones. It's stupidly dangerous for no reason. People treat it like one. No, I'm sure. I'm sure. Jeez. And we got grids and whatnot. And we have a little bit of a basketball game to watch. So shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, Toronto Hoop Talk. We got a couple watch alongs happening next week. I have a season preview pinned to the homepage of the channel. So also feel free to watch that if you're interested in my thoughts going into next year. And I don't know if I'm gonna have any videos like topical videos before the year, but yeah, just preseason watch alongs into the regular season watch alongs. For sure, bro. Dana White is just somebody who has a lot of money and the infrastructure, right? Like if you run UFC, think about it, right? You already have an in with a lot of the people that are have facilities and like places to throw events. You already have an in on medical professionals, right? You could literally pay the same people you pay to be on site at UFC events. You can pay the same people to be there for Power Slap, right? Mm, it's just like it wasn't a bad attempt at just trying to see what you can do with a product that's kind of similar to an already successful product you have. But yeah, man, just slapping the shit out of people. The thing about it is it gets old. Like seeing people slap the shit out of each other is cool for like maybe the first 10, 15 times. And then at some point, the just like brutality and the barbaricness of it, I think really stands out because it's so basic, right? Like you can at least find art in combat sports where there's a chess match happening, right? There's no chess or art at play in Power Slap, literally just hands. Oh, but yeah, shout out to you guys. I'm probably gonna tap into the baseball game at some point. I believe tonight is Mariners Tigers, so I'm going to be scouting whoever that opponent is. Um Digger Ocean, are you a baseball person by any chance? And if not, like me, because I'm not a baseball person, but I'm on the bandwagon now. Shout out the Blue Jays. If they don't give 100, yo, you know what? Digger Ocean, that's a great idea. They should make billionaires compete where the loser has to donate like a huge amount of money to regular society. That's how it should work. Okay, no, this makes sense. I think the pitch clock helps with the pace. Um, what I will say though is that like if you think about it, right, the Jays are gonna play either Detroit or Seattle, regardless of who the wins. Both those cities are right on Canadian borders, and I'm gonna tell you guys this now. Some of those Jays games are gonna be home games. In Detroit, oh my goodness, the way Raptors fans used to take over the Pistons arena. Now, you haven't really quite seen the same thing in Seattle, but BC is full of Blue Jays fans. My dad used to be a Blue Jays fan in Vancouver because he lived in Vancouver for the first 35 years of his life. So when they were winning championships in 92, 93, he was a big Jays fan in Vancouver. There's a ton of them from that time. Uh, Jays fans are going to be rolling deep wherever they play. So that's gonna be cool. Billionaire power slap competition. You heard it here first. Okay, I feel like if you know what, let's look up the billionaires and see who we think would have the hardest slap. The most popular billion can't spell billionaires. Okay, Elon Musk, I don't think he has hands. Larry Ellison, I don't know much about this guy, but he looks like he may have had hands back in the day. Larry Page, absolutely no hands. Zuckerberg, nah. Bernard Arnault, nah. Jeff Bezos, I actually think post workout, Bezos might slap the shit out of these guys. Warren Buffett, he shouldn't have to play. Come on, man. Too old. Bloomberg, Mukesh Ambani. Yeah, man. I think Bezos would slap the shit out of the rest of the billionaires. That's my personal opinion. Every inning should start with a guy on first instead of 3 strikes and 4 balls. Changes. Ooh. Oh, okay. You're trying to build a very fast paced game. High scoring and fast paced. Technically, it became a billion. Okay, true. Yeah, Ronaldo. Imagine getting slapped into unconsciousness by Ronaldo and then finding out after you woke up that he hit the Sue after slapping you. That would hurt. That would hurt my heart. That would hurt my heart if that was my reality. Like, I would not be in a good place. Do I know any combinations of these two? I think Randy Foy for this one. Nope, I was wrong. Oh, by the way, guys, for you guys that have watched me do these grids, the grids made me make an account. So because they made me make an account, I have my stats. Look how funny our most common players are. Jeff Green, Joe Johnson, Austin Day, Tyson Chandler. Top teams: Raptors, Lakers, Suns, Bulls. That makes sense. But yeah, Ish Smith, Patty Mills, Andre Miller, DeMar DeRozan, Chauncey. But like, this is a real ball knowledge community because look at the names we're pulling. Jordan Bell 18 times. Tyreek Evans, Montrezl Harrell, Cole Aldridge 17 times. Oh yeah, so the Savannah Bananas, yeah. But the Savannah Bananas that's more like Harlem Globetrotters. That's sports entertainment. Like there's like a wrestling component to that. What I will say though is what they've done that's very cool is they incorporate the crowd. So I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a thing called the Savannah Bananas. They're a touring team and they go into cities and play in their baseball arenas against like another team that they bring with them, right? But the way the games work is that if the crowd catches the ball, it's an out. So the crowd is trying to catch the ball if it gets to them, not even just to keep the ball, but it's actually the guy's out if the crowd catches it. And then there's a bunch of little random things, right? But it's like these guys will do a backflip before catching the ball and then catch the ball. Like they've literally, it's the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. Um, but it's cool. They do really well in cities. They do really well. 20 plus points per game. Okay, now let's lock in and watch some of this game before they play the shit guys. Damn, Boucher is hyped about getting a challenge right in preseason. These guys are too locked in. These guys are way too locked in. If I hit the ball and I see someone who could do a backflip and catch, I'm telling my yeah, facts. That's the kind of thing that would push you into retirement. So that's point A for me, I guess. Yeah, nah, bro. Like, I agree. Dude, Peyton Pritchard is cooking our bench, man. Absolutely frying our bench up. Oh. Ooh. Ochai. Mamu. Looks like he was looking for the dribble handoff. Ends up elbowing Chris Boucher in the shoulder. So that kind of sucks. And he traveled, by the way. So pretty bad possession there from Mamu Kalashvili. Yeah, I mean, and there's parts of it that are going to be like F1 where it's like whose tech is the best. But you know what I would find that interesting for though? I would say some Olympic games would be fun to watch with like robots, right? Like javelin tossing would be fire. Like who could come up with a robot that chucks javelins better than anyone else? High jumping, that'd be cool. Shed. Oh, that was a good pass to Jacoby. He just couldn't catch it. That being said, though, Jacoby does a good job of making up for it by setting up Ochai in the corner. Did you see the wall ride? No, I missed that. What's the wall ride? Oh man, big three by Simons. We're getting cooked. Grady, corner, knocks it down. Okay, good to see Grady shot fall. I'm not familiar with what the wall ride is. Let me look it up. Where's my phone? Ugh. Wall ride NASCAR. Oh, that's wild. Why would he do this? Random, but did you see the Aisha stuff? That has me dead. Yeah, I saw the Aisha stuff about her saying that she never really wanted a family and stuff. So my biggest issue with Aisha Curry, actually no, my only issue, right? Because I think sometimes what we're at a point where like people have a built-in idea of what she's trying to say. So if she even says anything that's a little bit similar to that stuff, they're just gonna be like, "Ah, oh, look at what she's saying." But my issue is like at this point, you must know that. So why even put yourselves in this situation? Because like when I heard the quote, I didn't hear her saying like, "Oh, I never wanted a family. I never wanted kids. I hate my life." Like I didn't hear that. I just think like I heard more like, "Yo, you never really know what you want in life. Shit happens." But that's way too close to what people think you are. And I won't even say think you are. Yeah, that's way too close to some other stuff you said that really sounds like you're not happy in life. So it's like, I don't know. Again, it's a small clip in a larger context. It seems like what her general message was like, you know, um it's possible to pass certain things by because you just get caught up with things happen, blah blah blah. But it's like, nah man, you know what people think you are. Just be just like, and maybe they don't care. Maybe because Steph is always defending Aisha. Maybe they legitimately don't care. But I just feel like, yeah, it just puts you guys in a rough spot for no reason. Jacoby from three. God damn it, air ball. Malott misses Simons Celtics ball. No, for sure. Yo, exactly. Like the old takes live in people's head, and now you can't be like, they're gonna, people like, once people have their minds made up about you, they're only looking to confirm that stuff. So like, I don't know. It's also just like, yo, is any of this stuff necessary? Because here's the other thing with Aisha, right? I think that most people that talk this much in a promotional sense are doing it to promote something. But I have no idea what she's promoting. Like I think she did a cookbook and had a cooking show or something, right? But it's like it doesn't seem like, I feel like she's looking for shit to do and she hasn't really found anything, which honestly lines up for her whole thing of like, oh, like I've kind of missed out in life, right? Because it really doesn't seem like she knows who she is. But it's like, bro, if I had nothing to promote, I would not be talking this much about random shit. Like I would not want to divulge any of my private information, or like my private life, my family life, if I had nothing to promote. The only way that trade-off makes sense of the world knowing about my personal life is if I benefit from it. I don't understand what the benefit is from her. Like what is she working on? And maybe I'm not familiar because obviously I'm not Aisha Curry Hive. I don't follow her and know what she's up to. Maybe she does have stuff that she wants to promote. But like I don't think so. Like I she was on the show. Bro, exactly, right? And it's like Steph made it seem like he found that funny. And maybe he did find that funny. Um but personally, like I don't even get the humor in it. Like it's a joke. It doesn't sound like a funny joke to me. Like I don't get it. But no, she definitely sounds a little bored. And I just feel like, bro, you guys have so much money. You actually have the ability to do and be anything you want to be. Just do and be the thing you want to be. And if that's like, if you want to just like leave Steph and live your life, like at this point, stop talking about it and just do it. Just do it. Like being yourself cannot be this big of a struggle when you have that much money. Like, no way. Grady. Came off the screen, had a good look, missed the shot. Oh, Simons, good step back, but he missed. Shed to Sandro, back to Shed, open three, knocks it down. Okay, nice to see Shed's 3-point shot falling. We need that from him. All right, what are these subs? Show me the subs. Please don't tell me they're putting any shit, guys. I think she wants more excitement. In other words, more talks like some dig shit. That's the problem. But that's the thing. Steph isn't digs. So it's just one of those things where it's like, bro, if that's really what you want, you just don't need to talk about it. You can just do it. You can just do it. But definitely does have the makings of like, maybe while there's still young kids in the picture that there's too much to lose. Maybe when these kids grow up, man, first thing she's doing is leaving Steph and hitting the streets. Yo, can you imagine if like in 15 years, that's literally actually what happens? Like she leaves Steph for Stephon Diggs. She goes from one Steph to another. That'd be crazy. Stephon's on the boat with Aisha Curry. My goodness. My goodness. That absolutely would be crazy, but stranger things have happened. Yo, I was listening to the founder of Reddit talk. He did an interview, and they asked him about Serena Williams, and he was kind of making it seem like Like they asked him like, were your boys hella shocked that like you were just dating Serena Williams? Like, you're just like a tech guy, and then all of a sudden you're dating Serena Williams. And he's like, nah, like my friends were used to me doing like outstanding shit, and I'm just like, hey, shut the hell up, man. Like, no way. And then he was talking about how like with tech bros, they tend to think they're the hardest people working people in the world. And he's like, I always tell people in tech, like, date a professional athlete. Like, we always think we're the hardest working people in the world, but you get around a professional athlete and you'll learn differently. And in my head, I'm like, yo, as a tech bro, you really thought you're the hardest working person in the world? Like, that's really what you thought? I didn't know. Bro, they're not even dating. They're married with a kid. The founder of Reddit, his name is Alexis Ohanian. Him and Serena Williams, like that's a real couple. So Drake threw a shot at him in a song like years ago, and it came up. Well, people obviously don't like it, but that's why Serena was crip walking at the Super Bowl. He said in the song like Serena, your man's a groupie or something like that, right? No, for this is the thing. He's definitely like he gave off like because everybody was shitting on Drake for being like um like why are you just taking shots at like your ex's new guy? It's kind of like it's just lame. But then I heard this interview and I'm like, honestly, he might be a groupie. He might like it's I could see an interaction happening that leaves a person feeling that way. You know what though? This one makes a little bit more sense to me. Actually, no, not even like they both. Oh, so the Reddit one makes sense to me because the thing is that Reddit guy is really, 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 really wealthy, and I think he seems like very different than I don't know. Because again, it's not like we know people's pasts and whatnot. But what I would say is like I think it makes sense for a person to reach a certain age and then date kind of drastically different than whatever they've done up to that point, which I think the Reddit guy must be for Serena Williams and probably the other way around as well. With MGK and Megan Fox, bro, MGK is a really like out there person. Like he's unabashedly himself. And like love it or hate it, think he's a loser or not, bro. MGK is 1,000% who he is. Like there is no compromising or thinking about what do other people think. He is just himself. Those people tend to do better than you'd expect. I feel like in the dating pool. Um, there's somebody that's a little bit guarded and a little bit in a cage in terms of who they are that sees that and finds it like admirable. So that one to me, I can just kind of hear it because I feel like I've seen some interesting couples, and that's like the reason I would say at least. Like it's my own personal theory. Grady has 16 tonight. It does not feel like 16, but salute to him. You love to see it. All right, who's on the floor? Oh, AJ Lawson is on the floor. Okay. So everybody but 4 players have touched the court so far today. Oh man. Oh man. Yes, bench unit doesn't stand a chance with how they let the Celtics get in transition. In transition again, Hugo Gonzalez. Really good defense by Jacoby and Chucky. And Grady gets to the free throw line again. 4:15 to go. Raptors bench unit getting some heavy minutes here. Oh, guys, did you guys see Precious Achua get pranked by the Heat media social media team at Media Day? That was actually really good. I think that's one of the better Media Day clips I've seen in a long time. I was a big fan. No, nah, this would be foul, man. So I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a Raptors opening night where they were introducing every player on the team. So they were going from player to player, right? And when the camera got to Precious Achua, a firework went off in the stadium or the arena, and he like flinched, like a gunshot went off behind him, right? So he flinched, and that was just a thing that Raptors fans laughed at because it was like, yo, come on, man. Like, you think people are getting shot in Scotiabank Arena? Like, no. It's probably a firework or something, right? So at the Heat Media Day, they asked him about it. They're like, oh, you see, tell us about this clip. So he starts to talk about it, and then they let big ass flames go off right behind him. And then he flinched again. Oh my God, it was so funny. And then he ran off. And he turned around and saw they were fucking with him, and he's like, "Nah, man, no, like you guys can't do me like dirty like that." And then post it, and of course they posted it. Yo, what a finish by Grady. And again, that's the kind of commentary where you have to use his first name. But what a finish at the rim, bro. An athletic layup by Grady Dick, man. Let's go. But yeah, it was at that moment that I realized that Precious Achua, he just might be too shook. He just might be too shook to be good at basketball, man. Or at least like something really competitive. Grady from three, heat check, knocks it down. Grady spraying it in this quarter. Again, you got to use his first name when you make comments like that. You have to. Oh, actually, hold on. I have a picture for this. This is what's happening right now. That's what's happening. Grady's up to like 25 points now. Let's go. I wonder would announcers get in trouble for saying Grady's last name? Sounds oh, nah. They have to say it because no, but you know what it is though? That is a name. Like Dick Cheney is a politician. Like that's just his name. They say they have to say his name. I think there was a commentator that started calling him Grady Richard, and then that guy got. I think they were shitting on that guy, whoever it was. I mean, I remember I jokingly said on Sarcasm City the night he was drafted, I was like, bro, this guy's Grady Richard to me. And you know what's funny though, bro? I remember when we had Rudy Gay hearing the guys talk about like, yo, I fuck with him, but I could never get his jersey. And then I saw them draft Grady Dick, and I'm just like, it happened again. Time is a flat circle. It happened again, bro. Another player that people are just not gonna get that jersey, no matter how much they fuck with him. All right. Free throws for Pritchard. It's 87-70. 2:15 to go. You remember the jersey swap in Orlando, brother? How could a person forget? That was the best jersey swap in the history of jersey swaps. Pritchard behind the back. Pritchard lob to Kita. Good defense by Elijah Martin. I like what I've seen from Elijah Martin so far. Just role player shit, but again, that's what his role is going to be in the NBA anyways. Yo, okay, hold on. You're asking a question about I wonder would announcers get in trouble for saying Grady's last name. I'm seeing a tweet about how Matt Devlin has kept saying silky smooth dick this game. So forget getting in trouble, brother. They're making jokes about it. Oh yeah, the WNBA finals is to game 4 is tonight as well. Damn, Ace is getting that W. Aces Mercury. What's the score? Oh, Aces are up 17. Damn, it's belt to ass. Mariners, Tigers. What are we saying about that? 1-0 Mariners. Say less. I wonder where Peter is. I know Peter is pulling for the Tigers, so I'm sure he's watching this. Uh-huh. Yo, is that okay? Thank God. Yo, is Al Horford still a free agent? Because I would not be surprised if Boston makes that signing at some point. Al Horford. Al Horford. Oh, he's on the Warriors. Final sweep is crazy. I swear they increased it. Yeah, it's best out of 7 just for them to get a just for them to get a 4-0 sweep. So is this the first 4-0 sweep in the history of the WNBA in the finals? Hepburn goes around the screen. Lost into the free throw line. I can close this. Can close this too. Oh, damn. It's about to be a 10-point game. Okay, so I'm going to see what lineup they start the fourth quarter with. If they play good players to start the fourth quarter, I might continue. If they play like the backups in this game, I feel like that means that it'll like they'll play the shit guys towards the end, and we're not trying to watch that. So let's see who they play. Yo, Chucky hit a buzzer beater. Let's go. Big shot by Chucky. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna see what happens on the other side of the commercial. Thoughts as a whole? Oh, the box score is finally up. Thank God. Good to see Grady's shot fall. Elijah Martin, I did not know he was second in the game in scoring. I thought he had a good day. Ochai was solid, unspectacular. Mamu Kalash really didn't pop the way he did in the first game that I watched. Chucky Hepburn, just steady player. Battle, you'd like to see him get a little bit more shots up because that's really the main reason for him to be on the court. If he's on the court not shooting the ball, I feel like he may as well not be on the court. JMO, nothing special. Shed. I think it was good to see him hit 2 threes. You want to see his 3-point shot fall. I don't think I mean, just generally, his game's not really a scoring game, but he definitely point guarded his ass off. CMB, okay, clearly at this point must be injured because 8 minutes. There's no way he's not injured. So that sucks. Jacoby Walter, 1 point in 22 minutes. Super disappointing. I expected bed squeaking to be going on in the background. Nah, dude. There's nobody here to run on the treadmill. I'm home alone, so it is what it is. Clean audio, but good to see you, bro. Long time. Thoughts on trading for Miles Turner now that he's probably easier to get now? I don't know if he's all of a sudden. Well, okay, he would be easier to get if they trade Giannis. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like he's getting up there in age. I think. Let me look up his age. Because that's the thing too, is like I just don't think that he would be cheap. Like I think if he hits the trade market, there's other teams that want him, and we have to actually outbid people. And I just don't know if it's worth it for us, considering that he is 29, brother. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, Elijah Martin, Hepburn, Lawson. Okay, they didn't make any subs. Oh no, who's number 11? I think that's. Oh, that's a shit guy. Oh, they're starting to play the shit guys. Who's number 11? Oh, it's Olivier Sarr. Also, people, when I say shit guys, I just mean guys that aren't going to make the team. Turns almost 30, making me feel old. Yeah, man, time flies. If anyone getting traded, it's Ochai to get under the tax. I don't expect upgrades given pay. I agree. I agree with this. I definitely agree. But yeah, Gio, have you been watching preseason? If so, what have your thoughts been as a whole? I haven't really tapped in with you since preseason started. Oh, okay. Battle stumbled. They called the foul though. I thought I was worried he might roll his ankle, but he's good. Mogbo's like precious. You can only play him in a limited role. This is true. I agree. Grady's defense still sucks. This is also true. Lawson, basket, misses, rebound. Is more like a 6-foot mobile than a guard. Yeah, he doesn't really have a point guard skill set. He's just a short athlete that has some ball skills here and there. 3 by Jamison Battle. Let's go. 7-point game. CMB has looked good for sure. Boston has numbers, but they miss a corner 3. Nemius Kita gets the offensive rebound. Olivier Sarr, man, we need you to box out. Come on. Okay. Stop. Raptors go the other way. Stuck 7. Hepburn. Oh, offensive foul. Jeez. Jeez, Olivier Sarr. Did he make the 3? Lawson to Hepburn. Oh, not on the same page there. Hepburn trying to throw the lob to Olivier Sarr. Lawson Hepburn battle. Trigger that 3. Trigger that 3. Ah, he missed. Another foul to Sarr. Bro, Olivier Sarr is not doing good. Yeah, being over there is 10 or 15 players, so no one is going to make the team off the G League squad. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not actually even interested in seeing the Rodin, Roddy, Sarr, There's somebody else like that part of the team. I'm not even interested because you're right. Nobody's making it. Did you know that Grady has grown 2 inches this offseason? I heard that Grady was listed at 2 inches taller on the height section of the roster. I heard about that. Yeah, that's the other name I was missing. Yeah, that part of the roster, nah. They're going straight to the G League. Wait, hold on. They've made big subs. Are these the good bench players coming in or the bad ones? Oh, Shed is in? Okay. This is a Shed, Elijah Martin, Battle. There's only one shit guy on the court, so that's decent. Shed to Elijah Martin. Ah, good look in the corner, man. With that, you got to have that when you're trying to make a run like this. Garza, too big. Sar, actually good weak side help, but then he fouls. Bro, Sar is trash. My goodness. Is 2 years away from being 2 years away. Facts, but at least we spent the draft pick you're supposed to spend on that kind of a player. At least it wasn't 20th overall this time. Neemias Kita is 7 feet tall. How this bench is doing tells you the Raptors bench isn't going to be good this season either. Oh my God, Ronald Harper Jr. is on the other team. Oh, this is the shit guy part of the game. Roddy is on the court. Oh man. So I mean, like, I think it's gonna it's not in a spot to be good early because nobody really has a polished game. The hope would be that over the course of the year, somebody improves, but that's obviously just a hope. I would also say that part of what happened today is because yo, bro, Peyton Pritchard is by far the best player on the court. Again, there are some other players on playing for Boston that aren't as good and are also end of the bench players. So of course, shortcomings against those guys are still a concern. But bro, Peyton Pritchard shredded us today, as expected. No, that's the thing. If we're just gonna assume that no young players off the bench are gonna develop, then yeah, we are probably fucked. But it is possible that guys develop. Okay, Shed gets it back from Sar. Oh, aggressive take to the basket, and he lays it in. 7-point game, 91-84. I think you actually made me do this during Summer League. I think the answer wasn't a lot, if I remember correctly. I made you do it last season. Oh, okay, true. Let's run it back then. Raptors schedule. Okay. Hawks, Bucks, Raptors, Spurs, Rockets, Cavs, Grizzlies, Bucks, Hawks, Sixers, Nets, Cavs, Pacers, Hornets. Okay, there's not really that much food until this part of the schedule where like there's a chance Hornets, Sixers, Wizards, Nets. Yeah, like this little chunk of 4, November 17th is where it gets like there's some softer matchups, but like Pacers, Cavs, Hawks, Grizzlies, Bucks, Cavs, like these are potentially all playoff teams. Potentially all playoff teams. Shireman gets it out of his hands. Bro, why did Roddy leave Shireman after he passed the ball? Why? 93 to 84, 7 minutes to go. We're probably going to be wrapping up this stream pretty soon because I think the Raptors are going to sub on. There's still a couple more guys, Jared Roden, and those kind of guys are still going to check in. And when that lineup touches the court, I'm out of here. But for now, we'll watch Elijah Martin, Battle, and Shed. There are definitely players that are worth watching. Oh, Ingles. Yo, Ron Harper Jr. actually, why did I call him Ingles? Is it because he kind of low-key has some Ingles? Jamison Battle just got crossed up by Ron Harper Jr., who hit a 3 in his eye. That was wild. Okay, there's a commercial break. I'm going to use the washroom. I'll be back in like a minute. Man said Battle's defense sucks. Absolutely. So it was funny. I had a friend that was talking to me about basketball, and he had a really good point. He's like, "Yo, it's like when a team sucks at offense, their approach is always like, let's go get good offensive players, right? But when the team sucks at defense, they seem to lie to themselves into thinking that like they can figure it out defensively. It's a lot more difficult than people make it seem. Like when you guys have guys like Battle and Olivier Sarr, what the fuck, man? This guy is on a Hall of Shame performance. This feels like Jalen McDaniels, whichever one was on the Raptors, but the big man version. Yo, they're taking Ron Harper Jr. out. He did enough dirt. He he did enough damage to the Raptors. Man, that's why we cut him. Oh, I didn't even know he was on the Thunder. Makes sense, man. This guy, he's not even young, I don't think. Like he does not look like a young guy. That guy looks I won't even say the number. I would have guessed like 28. This guy's 26, bro. No, he's not even a prospect. You know what's hilarious? Let me see how old he is compared to the rest of the Raptors roster. Olivier Sarr is the fourth oldest player on the roster. Only Ingram, Pirtle, and Garrett Temple are older than Olivier Sarr, and he's playing this shit. No way, man. Cut him right now. Right now. 13-point game. Again, I do expect subs at some point. But yeah, about future streams, no, I won't be here on Sunday. On Sunday, I'll be streaming in the evening on my NFL channel, In Motion Football. I'll be back on this channel Wednesday and Friday for, I believe they're playing Boston again and then the Nets. So I'll be here for both those games. And I think those are the last two preseason games. So after those games, regular season basketball, people. Battle from three. Knocks it down. Got to make your threes battle. You got to even up the damage you do on defense. Shireman. Yo, he's out here shot hunting. I respect it though. You're this deep into a preseason game, just chuck. Illegal screen by Boston as Elijah Martin gets put on the ground. Hepburn to Battle. Battle to Roddy. Yo, somebody's got to shoot. Battle. Contested three. Misses. Sarr with the offensive rebound. Good for Sarr. Roddy, bro, what a horrible shot. After all that passing, you get the offensive rebound and decide to take a contested step back. Man, if there was somebody that we could put in for him, I would say to bench him. But we're already at the end of the roster. So hold on. Who hasn't played? That's why Roddy's on his third or fourth team. For sure. I don't want to watch dog. I just want a box score. To hell with this. Yo, they're not subbing. Oh, Jonathan Mogbo's in the game? And they put in Roden. So hold on. So Hepburn and Mogbo are in the game. They're the players that matter. Okay. You know what? Let's watch the last 4 minutes. What the hell? What? We'll see what Mogbo can do. Oh, he was in a good position to catch a lob. Unfortunately, Jared Roden couldn't get the pass to him. So then when he did catch it, like he was coming down from the lob, weird spot. Had a shit game, so he's getting extra minutes. Makes sense, man. Makes sense. Wait, what sport? Football? Irakunda. What a name. Is Canada playing a strong lineup? Let's look that up right now. Welcome to Toronto Footy Talks. Australia, Canada. Man, fuck this shit. Down. Where is the starting 11 for Canada? He at Watford on loan from Bayern. Jeez. Okay, he's good. Where is the 11? Okay. So Larea, Cornelius, Waterman, who? Oh, Conan played. Buchanan played. David played. Laren played. That's a decently strong lineup. So Hepburn got the and one. Good for him. Okay, Roden. Absolutely bullying Shireman. Shireman's out there complaining to the referee. Okay, the refs are letting them play. Roddy. Oh, shit. He made it a 6-point game. Holy shit. Shout out the referees for making this interesting. Yo, no way. Oh, it finally failed. Oh, we almost got another steal. Yo, these refs are hilarious. They're actually letting us play. Well, they're letting us foul the shit out of the Celtics. Respect. We got the ball back. 2.5 minutes to go. The shit guys are trying to get the win. Okay, Joe Johnson. Oh, reliable. 14%. Never mind. We're not doing this. We're not getting pissed off today. Yo, Miami and Utah being 14% for Joe Johnson? No way, man. It's like, no way. But yeah, Gio, if you're still here, Jacoby had a rough day today. If I paid to come to this game and found out Stars not playing and I had to watch this game, I'd be pissed. Facts. Like, that's the thing. I don't understand what the thinking was, but for this to be the first game in Scotiabank Arena and for this lineup to be playing, that kind of sucks for the people that bought tickets. But yeah, people, we got about 2.5 minutes to go. It's a 6-point game. Shockingly, it's still a game. It was a 25-point game at some point. And as I mentioned, Boston is actually playing a stronger lineup than we are. We're missing all 5 of our starters. Boston actually played at least one starter. Also, their bigs are so bad. I suspect that they played a starting big for them tonight. So, Yeah, Mobo is plus now with the added time playing. Good for him. Good for him. I hope he cherishes that. Man, we got 2 steals for sure. Almost got 3. And then we got the third one after that. Good for Roden. Yo, SofaScore just spoiled. They're gonna score a 3. Oh shit. Who's it gonna be? Mobo to Hepburn. Hepburn triggers behind the screen. It's a 3-point game. 103-100. Oh my god, they forced another turnover. Hepburn to Roddy. Roddy, this guy chucks too much, man. This guy chucks way too much. Oh my god, Hepburn with another steal and the foul. Dude, this effort from them is inspiring. Good for them. Also, Shireman played like ass down the stretch here. Okay, so I see that he's about to make this first free throw. I guess he misses the second, so that kind of sucks. His second and third year. So no, it's not even like the play as a whole, because I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to him too much. Just the fact that you're getting stripped back, like almost back-to-back possessions by Chucky Hepburn and Jared Roden. Like, bro, just try not to get stripped when you're handling the ball down the stretch of a game. Like, just try your best. They pass away from the trap. Oh, Lawson got cooked. Lawson got cooked. Thankfully, Boston misses. Are they going to review this? Please, no reviews. Please, no reviews. Okay. Thank God. Hepburn up the court. Hepburn to Roddy. Finally, he didn't chuck. But when he didn't chuck, he tried to turn it over. Roden goes left. Roden dribbles. Tries to create something for himself. Somehow gets to the basket, Mike. Whoa, they called this a travel? Shout out to Roden calling for a review in a preseason game. Man. Okay. Yeah, it's a travel. Bro, they're gonna call that a travel, man. Come on. Roden with another forced turnover. This Boston lineup is selling. Oh my God, Roden tried to go for another one and he gave up a bucket because of it. They got too greedy. It was a good pass by Mogbo, by JMO to Lawson there. Could have messed that up, but it was a quick pass. It was very Scotty like. And again, it's one moment. It doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things. But catch and then just quickly get it to the other guy. So who are they going to put on in place of Hepburn? Oh, no, Hepburn's good. I swear to God, if these guys go into overtime, I swear to God. Swear to God, I'll be very frustrated. I'm so hungry at this point. I just want to go upstairs and eat. Okay. What would I want to see here? Based on what's happened, I want Chucky to have the ball in his hands. Mobo had a chance to get like a lob to the basket on an earlier possession, but the wrong guy had the ball. So maybe if Chucky has the ball, there could be a lob threat to Mobo. Roddy drives. Okay, Roddy bucket chasing versus Celtics playing rookies. Hold on. Who's on the court for Boston right now? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but so you're right because that's why the rookies keep turning it over, bro. Like, because the Raptors aren't doing anything special. They're just pressing high up the court, and these rookies are faltering. I actually feel bad for the Celtics rookies, but bro, they're selling like crazy right now. No, bro, stream don't cut out. Okay, the stream is back. Risk Roman. Yeah, for sure. They're getting body, bro. AJ Lawson out there, 25 years old. David Roddy, 24 years old. Who else is out there? Mobo, what, 23? Hepburn, I think, is 24. I think Roden is 24 too. Yo, they turned it over again. Oh my goodness, Boston. Oh my goodness. Bro, please don't go to overtime. Please don't go to overtime. Please. Hepburn goes. Ooh. Strapped up. Free throw line jumper. Misses. Celtics get the rebound. They turned it over again. Wait. Oh, but the inbound is going to be too. Oh, they're going to call a timeout. Okay. I think it would be hilarious if they put on Grady right now for this one possession, but you can never do that. Get me a Chucky Hepburn buzzer beater, man. Get him 2 buzzer beaters in one game. That's what we need. But again, last thing we need is overtime. If I'm the refs, I'm calling a foul on this shot no matter what happens. If it's a wide open corner 3, I'm calling a foul somewhere. We are not getting overtime in the preseason. Actually, as a matter of fact, it should just be a draw. If they end up tied, it should just be a draw. Oh, Gucci Mane is the referee. It's this guy. They should absolutely call it a night, man. They should absolutely call it a night. That being said, bro, shout out the Toronto crowd. Because they showed up expecting to see Brandon Ingram, and they got Grady Dick. That's not great, but it looks like they haven't left, and they're still pretty engaged. So I'm sure Brandon Ingram is shocked to see that. Why they call the ref Coochie Man? Nah, Gucci Man, bro. Come on. You know better than that. You've seen the memes. Yeah, what the fuck are they gonna reverse here, man? This is not a foul. Let's play basketball. I mean, Gio, you're not wrong, but Gucci Mane is effective. Is genuinely a guy, and Gucci Man is probably like a way of describing a person. You know? Okay, 4.4 to go. They're gonna advance the ball. Toronto ball again. Give me a Chucky Hepburn. I don't think it'll be a catch and shoot opportunity. I don't think you want the ball in anybody else's hands. Chucky Hepburn, pull up three at the buzzer, knock it down, and let's call it a night. I'm dead ass people though. This goes into overtime. I'm ending the live stream. The live stream ends in like 2 minutes, regardless of what happens. That's just simply what happens. Okay. I think Sofa Score just spoiled it. Fuck, I should stop looking at that thing. Also, hold on. Blackhawk, are you the guy from Brampton? I want to make sure I have these correctly. Big up to you if you are. I haven't done this in a while, so I haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, last possession, 4.4 to go. I'm gonna stop looking at the chat. Let's see what happens. Jared Roden inbounding the ball. Hey, shout out to you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're back. Blue Jays gear on. Raptors streams going on. We are back. Roden inbounding. He gets it to Jonathan Mogbo. Spin bucket. Let's go. Jonathan Mogbo. Hey. 6 years ago, we saw a certain number 2 in Toronto hit big buckets at the end of games to win. 6 years later, history repeats itself. Jonathan Mogbo, game-winning buckets. He did not let a -4 discourage him. If you don't love him at his -4, don't love him at his +17. Hey, Boston Celtics in a pack, four-leaf clover pack in the air. You love to see it. Yo, the way they abused these rookies with the high press was not nice, bro. Was not nice. This was not nice what they did to these young players. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody in here. Big up to all my people. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to support the content on YouTube. Interaction is the best way to show your support. The content is free, but I accept payment in the form of engagement, and that's how we do it, people. I'm going to be back on this channel on Wednesday. I will not be able to do the Sunday game. I'll be back on Wednesday and then again on Friday and then again when the season starts. So I will see you guys a little bit more regularly from this point onwards. And yeah. You guys sit tight until then. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and I am out.